Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's a Sunday and it's Father's Day and it's a bit sad for me because I haven't got a dad. My dad died last year and we were going through the coronavirus pandemic and I lost my father not long after his second coronavirus injection. And it feels weird because coronavirus has come and gone, my dad's gone, and it just, life hasn't really felt the same since, not for me anyway. I'm carrying on in a world that doesn't care. Well, it feels like I'm carrying on in a world that just doesn't care. It's a selfish, greedy world, and I'm just living my life as best as I can through it. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 7:44 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Sunday the 19th of June.
And Alexa, the weather?
In Rochester, it's 11 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect showers with a high of 19 degrees and a low of 11 degrees.
Yes, as I was laid down in bed last night, there was a thunderstorm with great flashes of lightning, and I was watching. It was really funny because I was watching a Channel 5 thing about 1976, the year of the drought in Great Britain, where we had a massive heat wave for ages. And I remember that because in 1976 I was 7 years old, and I remember going to school and it was so hot for a number of weeks without any rain that the playground was cracking. There were cracks in the playground and there was a shortage of water. So I remember 1976 quite well. So Vanessa Feltz, Vanessa Feltz was on this 1976 programme, and Linda Lusardi, who was a topless model back in the 1980s and 90s when I went up to Gloucestershire. Linda Lusardi and Samantha Fox were a couple of page 3 models that have grown older now, right? So back in the 80s and 90s and that, page 3, where women showed their breasts on the page 3 of the Sun. That's why he called it page 3 girls. The Sun used to print pictures of women with their tits out, their bosoms, their breasts, and men used to look at page 3. So women, in a newspaper where kids could pick it up, I used to get the newspaper from my mum and dad, so little boys and girls could pick up the Sun years ago, mummy's and daddy's newspaper, and see a woman with her tits hanging out. So women were regarded as, objects, sex objects. And, the newspaper, there's a woman with her tits hanging out, there's a woman in a thong, there's a woman with nothing on completely. Nowadays, it's different. It's totally different to what it was when I was a kid and a teenager. Anyway, so Vanessa Feltz was on there talking about 1976. Arthur Scargill was on there talking about 1976. And it made me feel bloody old. It really did. So after watching, I just turned that off about 10:30. Then I laid down to go to bed. And later on, there was a massive, lightning and thunder. The lightning lit up the room and there was a load of thunder and a load of rain came down. So we've had quite a few days of sun, but it hasn't outshone 1976 yet. It was in late June, apparently, in 1976, as we had weeks of Mediterranean temperatures, and it was cracking the ground, and we were running out of water because there was no rain. Right, so that's what I did last night. Watch Channel 5, and also about the Tudors, Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. So behind the doors of, Hampton Court Palace, where Henry VIII was a king, and his Henry VIII's wives, and one of them was Anne Boleyn, and they were talking about Anne Boleyn, who had her head chopped off for no reason at all, apart from Henry VIII has lost interest in her because she couldn't produce an heir to the throne, and he got rid of her, and she got her head chopped off. For no other reason that she couldn't produce a son, he got bored with her and he found another woman. James Seymour. I love Henry VIII, I used to as a kid, always. Henry VIII, the notorious king with his wife. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. That's how I remembered the king's wives, what happened to each and every one of them. And I think it was Anne of Cleves that was supposed to be extremely ugly. Anne of Cleves was supposed to be extremely ugly, wasn't she? Anyway, so that's what I did last night. It's been okay. I'm not talking to anyone on social media at the moment, no one at all, and it's working. I'm not getting all frustrated and upset, and and these photos that they send that are fake, I'm not getting any, so that's good. So it's been very, very quiet last night. There was a message this morning, hello baby, how are you? And I deleted it, because when I went through my phone last night, and I went through all the messages of 2 years ago, including when my dad was alive, same old, hello baby, how are you? You okay? What's going on? But never meeting them. So this has been going on for years, and I've decided to put a complete stop to it. And if you go back through the phones that I had several years ago, including coming down to Chatham in 2008, 9, 10 and 11, the same messages. You okay? How are you baby? What you up to? The same. Hello beautiful is the one that makes me cringe. So right back to 2010, 11, 12. Hello beautiful. So you realise that it's fake, and it's been going on for several years, the same old rubbish. So that is it. Quiet night last night. Me and the dog sat there watching the TV, up and down making cups of coffee, and I slipped a bit last night. I had a piece of cake. Now I'm not going out and getting cake from the co-op, and I'm not going out and getting sweets and crisps and shit, but I found a cake in the cupboard, and I fucking ate a quarter of it. I ate a quarter of the cake last night. I was bored, I was by myself, and what do you do when you sit by the telly? Popcorn, crisps, sweets, cake. But I ate a quarter of a cake. Today, pretty much the same as yesterday. I'm trying to lose weight, some weight. I don't want to go into the co-op because if I get a basket, Walker's crisp. Oh, I have that pastry. Oh, I'm going to have a bag of chocolate. And then before you know it, you're the size of a fucking
Why shouldn't you ride a horse after dark? It's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Why shouldn't you ride a horse after dark? It's a nightmare. Alexa, thought of the day.
Here is your thought for June 19th. From Usain Bolt. You have to set yourself goals so you can push yourself harder. Desire is the key to success.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's a good saying. Right, guys, here in Rochester, it has been raining, but the sun has come through, and we'll see what today brings, and I'll see you all later.